Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Claret and Booze. For our quarterfinal, Carabao quarterfinal match preview for the upcoming game against Spurs. Arsenal are playing at the moment. You're watching the game, John. What's the score at the minute?
4-1 to Arsenal. They've just had 2
4-1.
quick fire goals in the second half there, so
So
game over there, isn't it?
That's one semi-finalist. I mean, that was definitely the bloody best draw that they got. Arsenal.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone wanted that one, didn't they? I think.
I know. But yeah. So moving on to the game tomorrow. Obviously, 7:45 kickoff. We're away at Spurs. A little bit of uncertainty around player availability. There's rumours circulating that we could potentially have players that are down with COVID. There's also, I mean, we had a little discussion before we came on air about Soufal, whether or not he's going to be banned for tomorrow's game, or it's going to roll over to the Premier League. And we've all seen conflicting stories, so none of us have really got any clarity on that. We don't really know. So if anyone can sort of shed any light on that, that would be good, because that's going to be quite important tomorrow. We've already got enough bloody players out. Do you know if Johnson's back or anyone's back yet, Gal?
Yeah, Johnson is fit and ready to go. Apparently, Fredericks is ready to go as well.
Oh, really?
And Cresswell too. So we do have cover. I did read on an official source just now that Soufal can't play tomorrow.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, and
there's conflicting stories everywhere. I don't know who to believe.
Yeah, I know. It sticks in the core a bit that the referees have come out and said it was the wrong yellow card, but they can't rescind the yellow card, so he still has to serve his ban. And then Harry Kane, clear red card against Liverpool on Saturday. He's free to play tomorrow. Brilliant, isn't it? That's
it's wrong. It is wrong. Wrong. I mean, the thing is, it does feel like these teams are repeatedly getting a leg up, and it's it's like I said before we came on. It isn't just us, is it? It's all the other teams that are outside the top six are all getting shitty decisions going against them at the minute.
Absolutely. We're definitely not on our own.
But it's it does feel a bit shit, to be honest. In relation to Spurs, obviously they've had a nice long break.
Yeah,
they've had a nice long break. They put out a really good performance against Liverpool. They sort of came out the blocks. They really looked like a team that had been suffering with COVID. Sort of laid up in bed, and they don't look like they've played the system at all to benefit them, do they?
It's quite the reverse. They look like they've all been away on a 2-week holiday, didn't they?
That's what I mean. That's what it looks like, and it does stink. And I think they knew what was going to happen with that Europa Conference competition as well. Yeah, because it was looking like they weren't going to qualify into the group stages. They was going to have to go into another round. Yeah. So I think it sounds to me like Conte's just had them going around for a week, licking door handles and stuff like that to sort of try and get them out of the competition. A conscious decision by the look of it. It's what it looks like. They've played the system.
When you go back to the reason why they pulled out of that game and then they got let off several times, they said they only had 13 fit players, right? The rule now is if you've got 13 fit players and a goalkeeper, you have to play. It's funny how those rules have evolved, isn't it?
I don't think though it's all have to have COVID. I think it's if you already, let's say, if you have 6 injuries already and COVID cases take you over that or under that quota of players. Do you know what I mean? They don't all have to be COVID cases.
That's right. It's available players, isn't it? But then what seems bollocks about that is, what about you look at Leeds? Leeds have basically been playing their under-23 team.
They had a 15-year-old on the bench the other day.
Yeah. Seriously. So what about them? And they requested. Apparently, I didn't know that because I kind of gave them credit for sort of not hiding behind COVID, but they did ask for that. For that same benefit because they're struggling like anything. What's the difference if you got 3 players out with COVID or 9 players out with injury? Where'd you draw the line?
Well, that's exactly it. I think, but I do think if COVID is having an adverse effect on your squad because it's a pandemic, I think you have to be seen to do the moral thing, don't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh no. Look,
I get what you're saying about injuries and that. Of course,
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I get that. You got in one respect, you've got a non-transmissible injury, and then you've got players in the squad that have got a virus. But I don't know. With the way that they should all be operating now within the club, you would imagine that they've got protocols in place to manage this. So they're getting tested every day, and they ain't got to wait 24 hours for a result. They're getting immediate results. They know when they're testing positive.
I think they said yesterday on TalkSport that after the last round of COVID testing, I think there was 90. Now I don't know I can't remember if they said players and staff or all players. I can't remember, so I do apologise.
Yeah. Sorry, John, was that the Premier League or was that the Football League?
That was the Premier League, apparently.
Premier League, bloody hell.
That must be staff as well.
Yeah.
But you say bloody hell, Nick. That could be like an average 2 players per team and then some backroom staff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think the issue is, the worry is that I don't really want to talk about. Well, we've got to talk about COVID because it's affecting the game, isn't it?
Yeah.
The issue with that is that you don't necessarily sort of test positive or show any symptoms for a few days, do you?
No, that's right.
That's probably the worry, you know.
It is affecting West Ham slightly as well. I mean, you mentioned it earlier, but there's been mixed reports today. We know that there are 2 people in the West Ham. In the staff, they said the staff. Right. Now, the Athletic are reporting it as saying they've actually clearly said 2 people in the West Ham staff, not players, right?
Oh, not players.
Yeah, but then I've heard from 2 or 3 other people, and a couple of them are very reliable, right? That Antonio has COVID, and I heard that about 4 or 5 days ago as well that Antonio had COVID. So I wouldn't be surprised if Antonio. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Antonio is not available tomorrow. And the other one is supposed to be Billy McKinley.
Right.
Oh, the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, bloody hell. Well, I mean,
as Simon just said, yeah.
I mean that does kind of change the dynamic a little bit because as bad as we know that I don't want to say bad, as ineffective as Antonio has been. We've all kind of been calling for a rest for Antonio, but then I suggested that the other day, didn't I? And then you all sort of barked at me and went, and rightly so. No. What I mean is, but rightly so.
I know what you mean.
And you went, hang on a minute, Antonio always fucking scores against Spurs.
That was the only
thing.
That was the only saving grace of playing Antonio against Spurs, to be honest, on the off chance that he might get his usual goal. But the odds of him doing that the way he's been playing, let's be honest, unlikely anyway. And the rest, hopefully, he won't get a bad. If it is him, hopefully it doesn't play. He doesn't get a bad dose of COVID, and hopefully he'll come back all refreshed in several days' time.
You know what the thing will be though. Certain sections will be going,
that's true.
Certain sections will be going, he's got COVID. Thank God for that. At least he won't play.
You can't.
I'll start hearing all that nonsense.
Yeah, you will. You will. And you know what? That's nonsense because
hopefully not. Hopefully not.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you one thing that is for certain, right? And that is if we don't have Antonio, because the way that we've played in the last few games, which has been playing deep with, even though it ain't worked, his game plan has been to put Antonio up front, big guy up front. Yeah. He's back against a couple of defenders. Moyes won't be able to play like that if Antonio ain't fit.
No.
Because we haven't got anyone else that can do that job. So it would probably force him into a different game plan. So that's the only thing that, even though, like I've already said, I'm kind of backing Moyes to change this up anyway. He's not blind; he can see that this ain't working, and I think,
I think also, guys. I think I think you agree. This is our best. No matter about Europa,
it's our best chance.
This is our best chance of silverware. We know there's big teams left in it, but we win tomorrow. We're what? How many games away? I don't know if there's two-legged semi-final, isn't it?
Well, we're a semi-final away from the.
You're a two-legged semi-final away from a final. Yeah. Right? And then for me, I remember the 2005 Cup finals. You do, as everyone does watching this. To be that close to a trophy and be ripped out of your your hands. This would be amazing, So I think he's got to change it up. He's got to treat this as a cup match. And then what I mean by that is just go for it. There's no point sitting back, is there? I don't know.
No, I think he will. I think he will go for it. I expect a really strong tie out tomorrow. I know me and John, we were winding Nick up yesterday about who's going to play. Yeah. And Noble's going to start, and he's going to be alongside Crowell and stuff like that. But that's just getting him in the mood, to be fair. But I expect a full-strength side. I expect defenders coming back. I would love to see Fredericks start tomorrow. I know Johnson is solid, but in that game that we won at White Hart Lane, where Noble was a man of the match in that one, the first game in the new stadium that they lost, right? Noble was amazing that day. He was different class. Best game he's played for 5 years, right? Amazing. And the other one that was amazing was Ryan Fredericks, because he had Son in his back pocket. Son could not, you know how fast Fredericks is, right?
No, I agree. If he's fit, you play him. In front of him, look, in front of Soufal as well, because I'm not being funny. I think Masuaku got pelters the other day, rightly so. Having said that, look, I think I saw some stats on Masuaku's average defending when people are running at him, and the fact of the matter is, when people when he's got wingers sprinting at him, he's got around about a 50% tackle average. So he stops more or less half of the people that are running at him and trying to get past him. Well, his average against Saka was almost near 60, and he had twice the traffic coming at him. So his stats in that game, they weren't bad. He's Masuaku at the end of the day. He can't change the player that he is. But you know what? On the other side, I thought Soufal, it weren't a yellow card. He should have been sent off. He had a sloppy game. He weren't good. Martinelli was every bit as good as Saka, and he was roasting Soufal. He really was. So as far as I'm concerned, I think you're going to have a similar problem with Son. And if you've got Fredericks and you can match a player for pace, you're right. You've got to do that. You've got to put him in.
It'll be a very, very different game, though, to what they played against Liverpool, because Liverpool play with a massively high line, and even more than that, they get their two fullbacks to push up even when they're playing with a high line. So you end up with two centre-halves.
We helped that, though, Gal, didn't we, with the way that we played?
Oh, yeah. But I'm just saying, we played Liverpool really, really well, especially in the second half, didn't we? And let's be honest, two massive slices of luck for Spurs. They played well. I watched it. They played well. Spurs, there's no doubt about it. But two massive slices of luck. Kane should have been sent off, clearly. And then also, the keeper gives them a freebie equaliser. So there's two massive slices of luck that they've got there that they wouldn't get on another day. And Liverpool helped them. I mean, I love Trent Alexander-Armstrong and the way he gets forward. He's fantastic going forward. He's got such a wand of left and right foot, actually.
He's a good player.
But defensively, he goes AWOL, doesn't he?
Yeah, but depending on the type of team that you are. So if you are playing for Man City or you're playing for Liverpool, then your main attribute as a fullback has got to be your attacking attributes, because you're spending most of the time with the ball and the bulk of your game is going forward. I think with what we've got is, I think we've got a little bit of a balance. Our fullbacks have got to be able to do the lot to a degree, because we have to adapt our tactics. I think even if we don't change shape in a game, which we don't, and we know we don't.
Yeah,
I think we adapt mentality in a game. Like sometimes we'll be on the front foot and we'll bomb forward. Other games, you'll see Bowen and Fornals, they don't go past the halfway line.
You're right. You're right. But Liverpool can do that when they've got Van Dijk in the side, like they did to us in the first half. But in the second half, even we picked them open, right? Because we noticed, Moyes clearly noticed that Alexander Armstrong had been getting forward and drifting into the middle and leaving the wing open. And for Spurs, that was manna from heaven, wasn't it? Because they were just playing those diagonal balls over the top for Son to run on.
I think if you're a counter-attacking team, which is our best game. So as a West Ham, our best game is when we're playing as a counter-attacking team. Tottenham are the same as well. Now, I think if you're playing against Liverpool and they're not completely on top of their game, they're still going to play the same way. They're going to push their defenders up. And I think that, because they weren't at their best yesterday, Liverpool. They weren't. I thought they were crap.
Yeah, but
so do I.
The thing is,
I think he is fit, Claire. I think he is fit.
Tottenham did play well, right? I agree with you, right?
Yeah. They did play well, yeah.
But Liverpool had the spine of their team missing. They had no Van Dijk. They had no Henderson, right? They had in their midfield three, they had no Fabinho either, right?
Yeah.
They had their core strength of their spine of their team gone. Their three centre midfielders were Milner, who's been a great player, and he still is a great player, but he's getting on a bit. Yeah. They had Naby Keita, is it Keita? I don't know how you say
Naby Keita.
He hasn't really, he hasn't set the world alight since he's come here. No. And they had someone called Moulton who had a squad number of 80, who I've never heard of, right? So all I would say, as well as Liverpool played, they were missing the spine of their team. That's what I would say. Right? Yeah. So when we played them and we beat them, they had their best team available.
They were, and when you consider the Kane thing and the cheap goal and everything else, putting it down to a Conte masterclass is a bit overselling it, isn't it? It's overselling it.
I think what's happened is they've benefited from him. They've manufactured 2 weeks, so he can have a clear 2 weeks to sort of have some time on the training ground with them. They've benefited from that. They've got their condition back. He's got into the team. They were much better. They were organised. They looked like a threat. It more so in the first half. It bothered me watching them. And it's interesting because the way that they set up in that game. See, Conte, he isn't like Moyes in that sense. You don't know what you're going to get every. No. What I mean is, no. Moyes has a way of playing, so and it's great. It is great.
I mean, Conte changes it regularly.
Conte changes things depending on opposition, so you can't go based on because the way they played against Liverpool, they played with 3 at the back and they played with wing backs and they played that system. But then they'll change it the next game and he'll do that on a game by game basis. So it makes it very difficult to sort of second guess. The only thing that you do know you're going to get is Harry Kane and Son. You know you're going to get them too if they're fit, but you don't really know how he's going to set up. You don't.
Do you think he's going to go for a full strength side tomorrow?
100%. 100%. Yeah. This is important. 100%. But they play it down. They go, West Ham's cup final, this, that, the other. They fucking detest us every bit as much as we don't like them, right? As much as we detest them, and they do, and they love beating us. And especially over the last, like the last year, we finished above them, and we're still above them now. For how long I don't know, but this game means a lot. It will mean a lot to them. They're going to want to put us back. They're going to want to put us back in our box. That's what they're going to want to do. Yeah, So they are going to go full strength because I tell you what, can you imagine the Spurs fans if he doesn't go full strength and they get beat?
Oh yeah, no. I totally agree. I just think he's going to have a very different proposition in West Ham tomorrow. I don't think Spurs are in the same class as Arsenal at the moment. I think Arsenal look particularly good. Arsenal gave us a torrid time last week. I think, and also Martinelli is a bit of a new player on the scene, right? So people haven't learned how to deal with him yet. And we had a bit of a weakness with Arthur Masuaku, and Saka took advantage of it. So I don't think we're going to have those weaknesses tomorrow. And I think we know all about Kane and Son. Nothing they do is going to be a surprise. No. Same as Dele Alli and everyone else, right?
Yeah.
No. I think the fear for me, because like I said, that they will be able to play a multitude of different ways. And I think for us to get something out of them, I think that we need them to come at us. I think that's what we want. We want them. We almost need them to attack us, to leave spaces in. I think if they play the way that we would typically play and basically match us up, they're going to be better at it than us. They're going to be stronger and they're going to be better on the attack because of the quality of players that they've got in the attacking third versus the quality of player that we've got in the attacking third. And that's not being detrimental to our players. No. They've got world-class players in that area, and we haven't.
But do you think their defense is world class?
No. I don't think ours is at the moment. I'm not saying
I'm not saying their defense is world class, but what I'm saying is as much as they can hurt us, I believe we can hurt them because I think there's a mistake in a lot of their defenders.
What I mean is, I don't think that they're as good as we just spoke earlier on. We sat back against Arsenal and they carved us open because they're a footballing team. It's what they do. They're a magical team to watch sometimes. I think if Tottenham come out and try to do what Arsenal did, they won't be as good at it. I think we'll have more joy against them trying to sort of shut them down. They'll leave space in behind and we will attack them. What will be very probably nullifying to us will be if they just stand firm as well and they say, no, you come to us and try and invite us on. Because we haven't got any fucking creativity. I don't at the minute. I think we'll struggle to hurt them. So, I think they could. I think if they call our bluff and they almost play like that, and they just rely on the creativity of their forward line versus ours, it'd be a very fucking dull game.
More than ever,
I think they'd have enough.
More than ever, it's a one-off cup game. There's no extra time. It's going straight to penalties. There's no replay, no extra time. It's 90 minutes. It's their best opportunity to win a cup. Let's be honest, finishing fourth would be a miracle to some extent, as much as we'd love to. Let's be honest.
It's not going to happen now, is it?
No. But even before then, Nick, you know, maybe I'm a bit, I don't know, but I just didn't think we'd ever finish fourth, really, right? As much as we were flying high. And that's not me just talking now in hindsight.
I agree.
Europa League, we've done brilliantly in Europa League. We're into the quarterfinals, but there's some fucking strong teams in that league, in that cup left, whether we like it or not. We'd love to play Barcelona, Seville, whoever. the Carabao Cup for me is the first step.
We ain't far, are we?
Yeah.
That's the thing. We're almost there. We're a couple of games away. You know.
Let's go through a couple of these questions because we've kind of ignored them. We've flashed them up, but let's go. Ross, yeah, we were overwhelmed by Arsenal. Yeah, I think we were. They were very, very good. Will Fredericks be match fit? Yeah, we think so. I heard that today anyway.
Evening, Jordan.
Evening, Jordan. It's the only game that really hurts if we lose. Well,
it kills me. I mean, do you know what, Claire? I'll ponder on this because Claire's part of our Facebook group, and she will have seen the full spectrum of my emotions in the build-up to this game. And I have got what some people would probably call an irrational hatred of Tottenham. I don't think it's irrational at all. I think it's perfectly rational. But what I go through in the lead up to any game, whenever we play them, is probably about 2 or 3 days before, maybe even longer than that, maybe about a week before. I'll get this horrible feeling of fucking dread, and I can't stand it because I just start. Because I live now. I grew up in Mile End, but I've moved to Enfield, and I'm surrounded by Tottenham fans. I manage my son's football team. They're all Tottenham fans. I'm surrounded by them, and I just get this dread, this horrible feeling in my stomach that they're going to do us. And then what happens is as we get closer to the game, that subsides. And then what I'm getting now is my usual, I don't know, you might call it delusion, but positivity is now starting to creep in.
Now you're happy.
I'm going to the game tomorrow. Now. To me, I hate losing to Tottenham or Chelsea or anyone like that. Arsenal as well. It's all the same for me, to be honest.
Tottenham's the one for me. I can't tolerate it. I can't.
With Tottenham, if you want to see Nick have a fucking royal meltdown tomorrow, whether it goes one way or the other, it could be a good meltdown or a bad meltdown. Tune in for the watch along with Nick and Virgil.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Because I will be, I'm going to the game with my son Ross. We're going to hopefully have a really good time, but that's going to be an entertaining watch along. No extra time.
To put it in perspective, the Arsenal game, we did a review an hour after the game, and we had to pull it down because it was so fucking bad. Yeah. So just to put that in perspective, I'm going to try and be good. I'm going to try and be good on this one.
We've got to ban Matt Crawley's comments because I think we might lose this one. Matt, how dare you bring doom and gloom into this show? That's ridiculous. And another one as well. It's catching. See, Matt, you started James off now. He's not confident at all.
Listen, guys. I think in this one, you know, yeah. Look, they're a good team. I think we're on a par. I think the one area of that team where they are far and away better than us is their forward line. It's that front. It's that front three probably because I'm not being horrible. I love our players, but Moura, Kane, and Son. I'll take all three of them.
Yeah, but
they're no. What I'm saying is, in terms of quality, John, that's where they've got us. But in the middle of the park back, I think we're better than them. Yeah. I think we are better than them. So, I think that's how it's balanced.
The problem I've got is all of a sudden everyone's saying how good Tottenham are, but we spoke about it before. Conte,
it's infectious.
Everyone's saying now how great Spurs are again, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know.
Conte took that job. No, listen. Conte took that job just before, as we said, some quite favourable fixtures. Yeah,
they do it every time.
Right, but they've now had a 2-week break. They've come back and got a draw against Liverpool, who had a weakened team, and now all of a sudden we think they're world beaters again. I think we can beat them.
A lucky equaliser after they should have had a man sent off. I mean,
no, but look, if you go back, what was his first game? When did he come in? He came in after the Man United loss, didn't he?
So Man United, they was lucky against Norwich, didn't they? Was lucky against Norwich.
Yeah, but they beat Vitesse 3-2. That was his first game.
Lucky.
And they drew 0-0 away at Everton, who was shit at the time. They were on their arse. I think Everton only sort of turned it around against Arsenal, didn't they? When they got that win.
Back around the other way again, yeah.
Leeds, who everyone's beating, they beat them 2-1. Then they lost away at Moura. Never fucking heard of them. And then they won 2 games on the spin. They beat Brentford and Norwich at home, 2-0 and 3-0 respectively.
And Norwich
before losing to Rennes and then drawing at Liverpool. So there are no good. Right. There's no amazing fucking results there. There's not. But
that's what I'm saying. So where's everyone basing that Tottenham are all of a sudden good again?
Because I think they're just anticipating that because of Conte and his track record. And look, he's a good manager. If anyone's going to get the best out of him, he probably fucking is. So
I think it was an impressive game of football on Sunday to watch, but I think it was a below par Liverpool against still not an overly impressive Spurs, right?
But, you know, as a counter-attacking outfit, Gary, they could have had 4 or 5 goal Spurs.
Yeah, but Nick, anyone can counter-attack against a shit defence, and that's what Liverpool had. Unfortunately,
Leo can come again.
Leo nailed it on because I'm going to go 2-1 as well.
Like your style, Leo.
Yeah.
We'll deal with the. Do you know what? I said it earlier on because our last victory, the penalty shootout. I'd like it to be 0-0 penalties.
Oh no! I hate penalties. It does. It's bad for me.
0-0 penalties. I think that'd be good. And like I said earlier on, if I could pick me perfect method of victory in that game, it would be 0-0. In the lead up to that, Tottenham had 3 goals disallowed. Shouldn't be disallowed. So they're feeling really fucking hard done by going into the penalty shootout.
Yeah.
And then Harry Kane steps up to take the 5th one, misses, skies it, trips over, fucking slips on his own dribble,
breaks his ankle.
And then and up steps Mark Noble. He picks that ball up, bashes it straight in.
Yeah,
there you go. That'd be me. That'd be my perfect way of winning that game. It would be it'd be amazing. But
I honestly, I just don't understand the illicit fear of Tottenham.
It's the way that we're playing. I've got a fear of everyone at the minute because of the way we're playing.
That's what I was going to say to you.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was going to say. We're more worried about we're playing poorly than they're playing so good. Right?
Yeah. If we were on form, fuck Tottenham. It would make no difference. Yeah.
We've got to turn it around, and let's hope it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's tomorrow.
If you hang on a minute, right? I seem to remember as well. That home game against Tottenham. I think Johnson played right back in that and kept Son quiet, didn't he? No, yeah, he did.
I'd rather play Fredericks because Fredericks can eat.
But getting back to Fredericks, he's been out a long time. It's going to take a long while to get match fit in it.
Yeah, but we said that before he came on against Man United, and look at the way he played. He gives us an attacking threat as well. I would play him. He adds to our counter attack.
Fredericks only ever stays fit for 40 minutes, so playing.
That'll do. That'll do. 40 minutes might do. That'd be fine. I mean, he was brilliant for that 10 minutes he was on against Man United. He was our man of the match.
He set a goal up. He was brilliant. Yeah. So was Crow.
No, Crow wasn't.
Good.
You go full strength, then you think you'll go Souček, Rice, and the obvious?
Do you know what? If he's gonna, I wouldn't. Not because I've got the. Not because I've got. Look, if he's gonna play Noble, I would be happy for him to play Rice and Noble tomorrow. I would. Because if we're not going to play the same style, because in my opinion, I know Souček does a lot of good work, breaking up play and stuff like that, but Arsenal proved it the other day. Conte is going to isolate that. When you play Souček in that attacking third, he is just literally looking for a header into the box. And all they did was they just cut out our crossing threat. That's all they did. And when you do that, what does Souček offer?
So what
please do that impression.
I can't. I'm never doing that again.
So what are you saying? Are you saying in that situation? Are you saying in that situation that you would have Noble sitting?
No, not sitting in midfield. No, I'm not saying I'm almost like a dual role with Rice because you'd have Lanzini in front. So basically, free Lanzini up to be the number 10, let basically Rice join the attack as and when. What you've got then? What I will say, when you play Mark Noble deep. Providing he's got legs next to him, Mark Noble's got a range of passing. Yeah, he can pass the ball.
Listen, I'm Mark Noble's number 1 fan for career at West Ham.
I certainly don't.
I'll be honest with you.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see Souček and
Noble. Tomorrow's a game too far for him, if I'm honest.
But I don't want to see Souček and Noble. No.
I think he's got to go at 100% full strength tomorrow.
I think it will be Souček, Noble, and Lanzini. I think it will be.
Yeah.
Souček, Noble, and Lanzini. What we
talking about? Souček, Rice, and Lanzini. So I'm getting old. Go on,
right? Okay. I'd say let's put the lineup thing up.
Yeah, good.
I know we've done this already.
A couple of comments first. So, right. If it goes to penalties, Leo reckons we'll win. Look, I hope so. We were brilliant at penalties last time. Let's go. No penalties from Claret. No, I can't stand penalties. They just give me
Listen, it's the worst way to lose, and I want to hurt. Yeah. I want maximum damage for Tottenham. Christmas, maximum damage. I want.
The only thing, just go back to Claire a minute.
Go on.
The only thing I'd say, Claire, you ain't got to go out into the garden. You can go into another room. You ain't got to go outside or put the radiator on.
Mercedes goes 2-1 West Ham. That is the score that I'm going for as well. Claire's going for the big one, 3-2 West Ham. I'd settle for that.
Brings back memories.
And Mercedes saying Claire, peeking behind my hands. Yeah, exactly. That's the penalties. Honestly, being in that ground against City, it's fantastic at the end, but it was just terrible. It was just terrible. It was horrible.
Mercedes, what time will it be over there? 7:45 kickoff. What time is it over there? Yeah, so what would they be like? 12 midday.
That show we done the other day was 5 in the afternoon. I think. I'm sure he said it was 5 in the afternoon. So they was 4 or 5 hours behind.
So they'll be about 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. That's not a bad time then.
No, that's all right.
But I mean,
Russ is going 3-0. 3-0 to West Ham. Russ, you are very optimistic. And 6 hours.
That's not bad then. I thought you had to get up at 4 a.m. or so. I was going to go, well done. Now I'm just going to go, so what?
Yeah.
But we're worth it though, Mercedes. You would get up at 3 in the morning for us.
Right. So now we know all the news, unlike the other day.
We don't know all the news, do we? I mean, we've still got that. We've still got that the question mark over Antonio.
I think let's make some assumptions. Let's make some assumptions on this. Let's assume that Antonio ain't playing. Let's assume that Soufal ain't playing. Right. Let's assume that Cresswell is back and Johnson is back at least. We could also assume.
I think based on what you said, Soufal, you got to rule him out. So we put them to one side.
Yeah.
Who else did you say? So we're going to say Fredericks is back. You got Arthur as an option as well, and he is an option going forward. He is. I think if you used to play him on the left wing, it gives you a good. He's got a good shot on him, and he showed that against Chelsea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Turn the page, Nick. Turn the page.
Yeah, turn the page.
Cresswell. Are we hoping for a Cresswell tomorrow?
Yeah, but
yes.
I am.
Apparently he's back. So if he's back, he's got to go in at left back.
I'll put him in. Got to put him in because I think he's really important. He's really
important. It depends what injury you really had because like it can be a very feisty affair and to come back into that 5-1 Arsenal, by the way.
Fucking hell.
I don't know who these players are. Number 87, Patmo.
What are they playing? They're under 23s as well.
He looks about 12, the kid. My God, how young is he?
I know.
Jesus.
Right, right back. I mean, I'd like Fredericks, but I think it's likely to be Johnson.
Yeah,
I'm going to go Fredericks because I remember, like you, he did in that game where we played against him against Son. He fucking was brilliant in that game. He was really good. And I know I'm not saying nothing against Johnson, but he's got more pace. So I'm thinking more from an attacking. I think it depends. It depends how Moyes is going to set up. If Moyes is going to set up to frustrate, he'll play Johnson because Johnson is better defensively. I think if he's going to set up to offer something going forward, then he'll pick Fredericks, I think.
Let's choose our team rather than the one that we think Moyes is going to pick. So
yeah, that's right. So for me, Fredericks it would be. What about you, John?
Yeah, I think I can understand why you're saying Fredericks. So and I think I'd go Fredericks if I had the choice of the two at the minute for that one-off game, a quick, pacey game. Yeah, I can see that.
Our two healthy centre-halves, Dawson and Diop.
He was amazing. Wasn't he good, Dawson, the other day against Arsenal? I mean, another mention for him.
I told you.
I mean, that was some performance. I mean, I will say I think that's what he's more geared towards, that type of game. Because
what do you mean? What type of game?
No, because what I mean is he's not a cultured defender, so he's not going to bring the ball out of defence. He's not a passer. But for a conventional centre back, when you're under attack like that, you don't want no one else there really.
You know Sergio Ramos.
Yeah, not personally.
No.
Areola is in goal.
He is in goal. He's got to go in goal tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sergio Ramos, one of the best defenders ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
But more often than not, a lot of what he does and what he did was not seen as cultured, put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sergio Ramos, he's no Craig Dawson, is he?
No, he's exactly, Gary. Dawson's got better hair for a start.
Right, I'll tell you what I want.
Captain Rice.
Whatever happens here tomorrow, because whatever happens, I want to see a proper pivot. I don't want Declan Rice doing that. I don't want Declan Rice here and Souček up here waiting for a cross that's never going to come. Again.
I think against Arsenal,
I don't want that.
Nick, I think against Arsenal that was more out of desperation than anything else because Moyes was worried about the defence. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Yeah, well, it didn't help us, did it? So it's a wrong thing to do. No, it didn't. We was lucky not to go in about 4-0 down.
In hindsight, it was the wrong thing to do, but it might have worked.
No, it was the wrong thing to do. Right, so no, I'm sorry. I can never accept going there and just fucking bending over like we did. We invited them on.
I think Areola Leo will probably start because he's got to get some games. You can't have a player of that quality and let him have
pivot.
Yeah, that's from Friends. That's why pivot.
If he don't play in this and the FA Cup, that means his next game is in the Europa League in March, right? Areola.
Areola. Oh no,
but a player like that.
To be honest, as good as Fabianski was, and he was fucking heroic as well against Arsenal.
He was.
We also, I think the best goalkeeping performance this year has been Man City from Areola.
Yeah,
that's been the best performance this year. He was fucking outrageous in that. He was.
So you think with the keepers they're pretty interchangeable, like they're?
Yeah, I think so. Well, do you know what I'm excited about? I think when you play Areola, because as good as I tell you what, I'm going to go the other way now. As 1 minute Fabianski is Superman, and then he kicks a ball and he's fucking useless. Yeah. But this guy here, I think he'll get us moving quickly. So whether it's with throwing or kicking, he gets us on the front foot quick. You know, similar to what Arsenal got with Ramsdale. The amount of times that fucker just sprays the ball out straight away and they're on the attack again. You know, he gets them on the front foot, whereas Fabs, bless him, he ain't got that vision and he can't execute it. So I think Areola could be that type of player.
I think there's little to choose from between them in terms of shot stopping. I think they're both great shot stoppers. I think it also, I mean, look, let's be honest, Areola made some amazing saves, like Nick said in that City game, and he could be our lucky cup keeper, right?
Yeah.
So don't change it, you know.
Yeah, I think he's look, he's probably at this point in Fabianski's career, Areola is probably a better keeper, I would say. I think Areola's better, but Fabianski at the same time, he's doing nothing wrong we shouldn't drop him because he's doing nothing wrong.
By the way, game over. Finished. Arsenal 5, Sunderland 1.
Arsenal under 23s 5, Sunderland.
Honestly, have a look at the kid who's got the 5th goal. He looks about 12. No word of a lie. I don't know who he is.
So we got in the chat. We got Claire going. Fab should play in the first team, and you got Ross falling out with Claire completely by saying that I prefer Areola in general.
Areola is all hands. That's a good thing, though, isn't it? Being all hands if you're a goalkeeper.
Claire's not letting it go. He's all hands, throwing himself about.
Tomorrow, I'm blaming.
Right, Claire, I've got a request for you as well, because you know the thumbnail for this video, like it's very what's the word? It's quite provocative because you've got Son sitting on his arse crying, and you've got Antonio doing his dance on the thumbnail for the video. And what I'm going to do is tomorrow for the watch along, I'm going to pedal it on the Spurs sites as well. So what I'm expecting is the actual chat to get lively. So what we need, Claire, we need a moderator for our chat. We need someone who takes no shit. And what we do is we give you
Claire takes no shit.
Yeah.
So basically what you'll do is when you're in that chat, if you see someone being horrible or anything else, you'll have the ability to basically boot them out, kick them out.
Yeah.
Chat shit, get blocked.
And what do you mean by pedal it?
Hang on a minute. Be quiet a minute. Right. We've got to respond to this from Jordan. Off topic, but love this channel. You three crack me up. Yeah, to be honest, we haven't got more subs. We're coming up to 950 now, but we've only been running for just under 3 months.
Not even 3 months yet, mate. We're doing quite well. We're getting there.
We're doing all right. Our views are quite good, so we're sort of happy with what we're doing at the moment. We're just gradual progress. We're doing all right. We're enjoying it.
What happened?
You're enjoying it as well.
What happened was, Jordan, Nick and Gary started about 2 weeks before I joined, and then as soon as I joined, because I joined, like the eye candy joined, that's when the subs started going up.
Yeah, you see the bloke whose fucking head don't fit in a window. Yeah, he joined.
Fits perfectly square. Thank you very much.
I'll tell you what, Nick, I love having you down the bottom in this because I can just cover you up. Danny's going to miss the game tomorrow. There you go, look. Well, Danny. He's get banged from Claire.
That's it. I thought she'd be up for that. So what we do, we give you'll appear in YouTube. You'll be blue and you'll have a spanner. We've not done it before, but I'm expecting. And do you know what? Zero tolerance from fucking Spurs fans when they get Larry. Right?
Yeah. Let me warn you now, Claire. Nick and me are doing the watch along, right? I can't control Nick. He will say what he wants, so there will be a lot of comments that you'll have to delete from Spurs fans.
He's gonna go onto the Spurs forums and advertise it tomorrow.
Oh, Nick, I'll be doing it mid-show. If we're 1-0 or 2-0 up, I'll be doing it mid-show. I'll be trying to get him on. I'll be peddling it on Tottenham Twitter, everything. I will.
Is our friend of the show, Tottenham fan, going to come on tomorrow at any point? Do you reckon?
He's not well, mate. I told you he was supposed to be coming on today, and he's not well at all. Bless him. So I wish you well, Sean. Hope you feel better, mate.
Get well soon, Sean. We'll send him a lasagna.
Jordan says, when you get that 1 million subs plaque, bloody hell, we'll be about. I'll be in my grave by the time if I can get 1 million subs. It takes forever.
Well, apparently West Ham are massive, so you never know. You never know.
Get him off the screen.
Need it widescreen.
Might be funny. You should get Tom Murphy on here one day. See the size of his cabbage head.
Oh dear. Right. Okay. Well, look, we ain't finished this yet. So are we agreed? So basically, we're going to go full strength, and I think personally that middle three, providing Rice and Souček, they take turns, be a partnership. You know, one holds, one goes, and then Rice has got the opportunity then to pick the ball up and drive, and we need that. We need that for our attack. I firmly believe that. The only concern I've got is in the way that we've seen West Ham play in the last few games. It's been, see, ain't the way I want to see us fucking play, and that's with Antonio up front, using him as a target man, and the game plan is, you know, if you've got fucking half the time, hang on, where are they? Yeah, so you've got Bowen and Fornells are almost doubling up like fullbacks, and you had Antonio up front on his own, and and after time you've got Lanzini back here. And you know what I mean? He's after time. Antonio is occupied by multiple defenders. He can't control the ball at the best of times. So you're giving him the ball you're expecting him to hold the ball up, wait for Fornells and Bowen to sort of join the attack, and it weren't working. But what I'm saying is, if you ain't got Antonio, what's your form of attack going to be?
Bowen.
Yeah, but he obviously as a false nine.
No, we was talking earlier, weren't we? I think you said it, Nick. It was quite a good idea. You said we could even put Bowen up front and put Antonio on the right.
Yeah, but the only trouble with that is because I mentioned that a few weeks ago, right? And I think
me, but thanks for giving him the credit for it.
Sorry, Gal.
Well, no, it was me that said it 2 weeks ago, and Gary disagreed, and then he came up with it this morning as his own idea, which is what often happens. But basically, but what I've done is since I first suggested that, I've talked myself out of it, and the reason being is because what people are criticising Antonio for a lot at the moment is his body language and the fact that he looks lazy and he ain't doing much. Well, no, he's not. He's acting as a striker and he's acting under instruction. And basically, I can guarantee you now, as a method of managing that bloke's hamstrings, he's being told to pick his moments. Don't be stupid. And if you play him on the right wing, his hamstrings ain't going to last long because he's got to get up and down, up and down.
It doesn't look lazy to me. I think people go for the easy. What people criticise. They go for the easy thing of saying lazy, right? I think what he looks to me, his body language, he just looks down in the dumps, right? He looks down in the dumps.
It's a soul-destroying role that he's been given.
He's a player who plays with a smile on his face. He enjoys the game of football. He hadn't had a smile on his face for weeks.
No.
There's something up there, and I don't know what it is.
Maybe since he's been playing for Jamaica, he's taken on the Jamaican mindset of chill out, don't worry. You know?
Yeah,
no, I don't think so, John. Yeah, I know you're taking the piss as well, but no, but it's absolutely not. Absolute fucking bullshit. What's happened is, a lot of it has got to do with our events, as Gary pointed out the other day. Our team is built on a solid foundation. That foundation's been rocked. So what's happened is we've regressed as a team because I think Moyes has panicked a bit and he's brought people back to sort of try and cover up for our defensive frailties. I don't overly agree with what he's done. I think he'll change it. I think he will anyway because he is a winner. He's done really well since he's been here. And I'm sure if we can see things, he can see it. And it ain't work. What he's doing at the moment, irrespective if it's because Cresswell's out or Zuma's, he's going to have to find a way of getting results. And at the moment, the way that he's playing ain't working. So he's going to have to find a way. What this does is this poses an interesting question now. So if you play Bowen up front, am I going to have to move Claret out of the way? Am I going to have to take the...
Hold on. Antonio needs a rest but needs a service.
He does. Absolutely.
Tom's trying to spread doom and gloom, saying we might struggle tomorrow night. God, he's in the doom club.
He was Tom Murphy, right? He made me drive 560 miles to Plymouth and back on the same day. And because of his big head, I missed both goals. Their goal and I missed Cole Fletcher scoring for us. Sorry, I had to let you know that.
Tom, did he have the meter on the whole way there?
Yeah, he probably did. Claire, comment from you. I think Nick may be right. We leave that comment there. Right.
I put that back up. I think Nick may be right.
Look,
I think he's been told to watch his hamstring. No, look, all that is, that's me defending Antonio, Gary. That's all that is.
Yeah, I know.
You know, that's all that is.
Because he's made her the moderator, now she's agreeing with him. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. You've changed, Claire. You've changed.
Right. Listen, what we doing with the attacking players? So let me take four nails out a minute.
Well, what do we want to do? What do we want to do?
Am I moving Crow? Am I revealing? Look, Noble as well. Am I revealing Ben Rama?
I think in this game,
Noble under Crow.
I done that to spite you the other day.
I would definitely play. I would try Ben Rama on the right, and I might be inclined to try Vlasic on the left. But then again, Fornals and Cresswell play really well together, don't they?
Yeah.
They're a good partnership.
Yeah, they do.
I'll go Fornals on the left, and then the right is a problem. And the right might be Yarmolenko.
Oh, Jesus.
I know. I didn't want to say it. But it might be.
He doesn't want to play.
Gary. No way. He
does not want to play. He don't want to play.
And because I've got anything against, I can almost understand now why Yarmolenko is down tools, because earlier in the season he's played. No, because he's moving on. No, he's moving on. He's going to, he's moving wherever. But because he's played a couple of games this year, in Europe, and he's done really well. But that last game, especially when all these rumours have come out, look, we don't want him. He's moving on. Why is he going to risk an injury? He's not going to.
I know. I would be inclined, Nick. You like this because Vlasic is a left footer, so he can go on the right. Yeah, you like that, don't you?
Look, you know that Moyes is never going to do that. But yeah, I agree. And it would be the wrong time to do it as well, Gal, because Bowen is not a target man.
All right. So how about what if you played Johnson at the back to keep it nice and firm, and you put
Fredericks on the right?
Oh yes, yeah. Give it to me.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, you're easily.
So can Ben Rama go back behind Crow?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Hey, look, James in the chat. He reckons Fornals, Lanzini, and Vlasic behind Bowen. So
yeah, it could be.
What's that again? Fornals, Lanzini, and Vlasic behind Bowen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like Gary said, yeah.
But then, Gary said it, so I don't agree.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm not 100% either. Everyone's sort of suggesting Fredericks may not. Where did you hear he was fit, Gal? Sorry.
I heard it.
ITK, John. ITK.
No. It did come from a reliable source. It did come from a reliable source. So I don't know whether it's true or not. Last time I heard that he was fit, it was from I think it was just from Twitter, from someone on Twitter. The thing I heard today was from quite a reliable source. So I think it might be true. Again, though, whether he walks straight back into the team, who knows? But for his pace, I think he's exceptional.
So now we've got three. So now we've got three right backs.
You can never have too many, John.
I'll tell you what though. That for me, to play Johnson and Fredericks, because I always like that, and I also liked it when you used to play Masuaku in front of Cresswell as well.
Yeah.
That gives you. I mean, Fredericks gives us better attacking. He's direct, so what that does is you've got a conventional winger all of a sudden. You've got someone that will run down the right and fucking whip a ball in, which I really like. And it's something that we don't very often see, because the way that we set up with Bowen and Fornals inverted, they go down the wing, they cut inside, and they wait for a fucking Soufal or Cresswell to go up. And the reason we do that is because we want numbers in the box. So you're almost slowing the attack down. So they cut inside, you wait for the fullbacks to go up. That gives Souček enough time to sort of roll up to the 18-yard box. Waiting for a cross to go in. And do you know what? But it does work.
The crosses?
it does work. So and you do want that. I want Souček to start scoring again. I just want us to start scoring again.
But all that method of play is what he did with Fellaini. Inverted wingers at Everton, hung it up at the back post. Fellaini scored loads of goals like that.
But what I'm saying is, John, it is not too much to expect of your manager to be able to change it every now and then.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm saying that game plan has followed Moyes throughout his career.
I know. You're saying, John, that he's just another Allardyce, because the far post is also known as the position of maximum opportunity, the POMO. That's what the Pono used to play.
The Pono. Yeah.
Oh God.
So hang on a minute. So look, I like that with Fredericks. I mean, this is the only. I think you're right. I think on the left, if Cresswell's fit, Cresswell starts. Fornals plays in front of him because they have got an understanding. The middle three pick themselves. Bowen will play if Antonio is not fit. If Antonio is playing, Bowen plays on the right. But let's take it so that Antonio is not playing. It's that right-hand side. What do we do with the right-hand side?
3-4-3 with Arthur and Johnson, Fredericks either side of Rice and Souček, Fabs, Bowen, and Lanzini in front of him.
Who's Pabs?
Yeah. Pablo.
Oh, yeah.
So it's possible. It depends if he changed it around. But I think I quite like this. I think we should print this out, fax it over to Moyes immediately.
for him to wipe his arse with and stick it in. Yeah. Right. Okay. So are we happy?
If Antonio's fit, do you think he'll play him?
He will. Yeah. Yeah. He will. Yeah. 100%. I think so. I think you've got to. I think you've got to go full strength. Right. I mean, what I would like to do, just occasionally throughout the game, with that front three, just to keep the fullbacks guessing, because you imagine, John, if you're a defence and you're setting up to defend against West Ham, the fullback, right? They haven't got to think because they know whichever player they're up against on their side, all they've got to do is show them the outside because it's you don't show them the inside. Whereas if every now and then throughout that game he just got them to switch. Got Bowen every now and then, just even for a 10-minute period, just to get over onto the left-hand side. Because then what that means is you've got Bowen, Antonio, and whoever else it is on the right, all attacking at the same pace, and then and then he can whip a ball in, and that is how you give Antonio chances. That is how you provide chances for Antonio. That's how it is. Whereas all we're doing at the moment is we're holding up play, waiting for other players to get up, and it's not designed for Antonio, this system.
No.
No.
Right. So we've got a team. I think we've been through all the comments, I think. So what we're going to do, we're going to do score predictions.
Yes. So go on, everyone. Has everyone given us their score predictions in the chat?
Whoever hasn't given us a score prediction, I'm going to go through and recount the ones that have already been given. I think Claire said, hold on. Russ said, I've got it. Mercedes said 2-1. Claire said 3-2 West Ham. Russ said 3-0 West Ham. Good call, Russ. I'm going to go 2-1 West Ham.
Yeah. I think there'll be goals because I think they're not brilliant at the back. We're good at the back, but we still let goals in, funnily enough, but not loads. So I'm going to say 2-1. I think I was looking at it earlier. We've played them 8 times in the League Cup. 4 wins apiece. We've played them 2 of those. We're in the quarterfinals. 1 win apiece. I think we're going to win tomorrow. I'm going to say 1-0.
This is proper research, John. So let's put up everyone else's predictions before we go to Nick. Alan says 2-2, a penalty shootout. Oliver says 1-0 to West Ham. Andy says 2-1 to West Ham. It's going to be dull and boring like the league game this season.
As long as we win. Take it as long as we win.
I'll take dull and boring. Yeah, exactly. So, Nick, what's your prediction?
0-0, and we win on penalties.
Say it.
Yeah. Will they bring Noble onto the pitch with 30 seconds left?
He's going to come onto the pitch in the last 10 minutes.
Just to finish off, you said your fantasy outcome earlier. I'm going to say mine as well, and then John can do his, right? My fantasy outcome is we go back 1 better than last time. We go 4-0 down at half-time, and then the second half, we come back, we draw it to 4-4. It goes to injury time, and then there's a corner, and Dawson just takes off and flies like a missile and plants the ball into the top corner. 5-4 win. On we go. John?
Like Pat Sharp in the West Ham kit.
Yeah.
I would just love Noble to be involved in the winner because if there's anyone in that team squad that a win against Tottenham would mean more wouldn't be anyone but Noble. Noble, he knows what it is to be a West Ham fan.
I think he will be.
I'd love him. Look, I'm his biggest fan. He ain't going to start, and he shouldn't start, and he probably don't want to start. He knows his legs are gone, but it'd be nice for him to be involved in the winner. You know what I mean? Yeah. For God's sake, now someone's going to ruin it.
Perfectly timed comment, Andy.
Sake, Andy.
Yeah. So I think we're done, aren't we? Should we wrap up?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's enough for this because we're back on tomorrow. Right, everyone. Just so that you know, it's a 7:45 kickoff tomorrow. If you do want to come on and watch us go through an emotional roller coaster, John trying to sort of keep me under control for 90 minutes.
You want to watch me
yeah,
laughing at mixed reactions?
Yeah. We'll be on from 7:30. We'll do a little bit of a build up, and then probably what we will do as well, if we qualify. Not getting ahead of myself. You've got the Carabao Cup draw, which almost immediately follows. So we'll also cover that as well. So that'd be good. That'd be good. So yeah, join us tomorrow. Come and
unmissable.
It will be. Honestly,
hopefully it's going to be fucking amazing.
Yeah. Well, one way or the other, it'll be unmissable if we win, but also if we lose, you are priceless.
Yeah. So if you want to, so if we lose and you want to see it, watch it live because it'll be deleted in 4 hours.
No. It'll turn. Nick will be a meme made out of that video inside a couple of days.
It'll be deleted about half hour after the broadcast. It will.
Yeah. Thank you all, and see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Take care, guys. Go you ones.
Go you ones.